Looks like we're live. How's everybody doing? We just got over a storm here in the Florida area, down south here, and they're talking about Milton, a big storm that's coming. That's supposed to be coming Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. It's supposed to be a real big storm. I think by the time it reaches us, though, it'll be Category 1. It will be just a lot of rain and a lot of wind. Kind of used to that now down here. It's what you get for price to pay for living in paradise, as they say. But yeah, I hope people come in. Got some things to talk about. So, computer recommendations. A lot of people have been asking me, like, what computer should they buy? What's a good company? And I'm going to give you my picks and tell you the reason why. So hopefully we'll get some people in here and see how it goes. I've been doing my lives kind of sporadically because of all the things that have been going on. A lot of stuff going on, and it gets crazy. So sometimes it's hard to do the lives at the time that I say. Usually I've been putting down Wednesday and Sunday. Well, today's Sunday, so that's a good thing. But some Wednesdays are kind of rough. So, like, I try to do them in between, and just to get on and tell you guys, hey, I'm still here. I haven't gone anywhere, and all that good stuff. So basically, what I want to talk about first of all is different computers that are out there. People ask me, "Oh, I need to buy a good laptop. What kind of laptop should I get?" A lot of it depends on like what you're going to use it for. If you want a laptop, like a customer recently asked me about this, because he's in the process of buying a. He doesn't want a gaming laptop, but he wants a laptop that he could do editing on. He uses DaVinci Resolve also. That's what I use, and I highly recommend that for editing. The DaVinci Resolve Beta, or even the paid one. I use the beta one, which has everything. I mean, it's rated one of the best editing softwares you can get. I mean, they make motion pictures with the software, so it's got to be top notch. DaVinci Resolve, if you want to get a really good free software that has so many different features on it for editing your videos and editing things, you want to get DaVinci Resolve. It's made by a company called Blackmagic, and you could search that DaVinci Resolve Beta from Blackmagic, and it's excellent. Hey Tim Van Buchen, welcome. And Baron, how's it going? Appreciate you subscribing, my friend. So, yeah, when we talk about, what's a good laptop to buy, I always, first thing I'm just used to telling people, like, depends on what you want it for. But, today there's so many variations, of processors that are coming in laptops and their and things like that. I'm talking about laptops right now, and what type of laptops are out there in the market, and what are good laptops to look for. Comes down to the specs, basically. I mean, everybody has their own, opinion. I like HP. I like Dell. I like Samsung. Some people like Lenovo, which is rated really up there. IBM is Lenovo, if you didn't know, and their laptops last a long time. Yeah, personally, my favorites are. I'll let you know my favorites in a few minutes, but first I want to talk about what you're going to find out there when you're looking for a laptop. Sometimes, after like iPads and Chromebooks, which are very low end, low output machines, you're looking at HP, Asus, ASUS, even Dell, Lenovo, MSI. Okay, I mean those are really the names that I look at because I mean personally, MSI is top of the line. They come out with very good motherboards, and you'll find their gaming laptops second to none. They have a lot of different features on them. So if you're looking for a gaming laptop, I would go for MSI. That would be my pick, and Asus also, Asus. And if you're looking for a business laptop, I would say Lenovo. Lenovo has some great business laptops out now. Some of their battery life is like 10, 12 hours long. You get the i7 or the AMD high end CPU. They're coming with really good video, and they're coming with M.2 NVMe, 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte hard drives. That's what you're going to be looking for if you're looking for a fast machine that maybe you don't want to use for gaming, but you really want something stable and reliable for editing. I would go with my top picks would be MSI and also Lenovo. Lenovo is proven to be some of the best machines out there. And what I find with Lenovo, I mean, I work on all the different brands. I work on Dell, I work on HP, I work on all the different brands of laptops. But I noticed something about Lenovo in general is they seem to last a lot longer than a lot of the other ones for some reason. And Samsung also. If you have a Samsung laptop, you might have been having that for a long time because they do last a long time. And so does Lenovo. Maybe it's because the way they built. IBM does have a good way to build them and make them strong and everything like that. I still see Dells. Older Dells have pretty good, but you don't find too many of the older Dells that are real high end. So that's why my picks would be like Samsung, Lenovo, MSI, and Asus. Those are the four. And I prefer Lenovo, and I do love Dell. I mean, I did a lot of work for Dell in the past. I was a technician, and I did for a couple of years, and I did a lot of the warranty work for Dell up north. So if you bought a computer from Dell maybe 10 years ago in Pennsylvania area, I probably repaired it if you had the warranty and you needed a repair. I mean, I used to get like a 10 or 20 motherboards sent to me and every couple of days, and then I would change out all kinds of parts, screens, memory, CPUs, whatever. I used to do a lot of work for them. And they had a good warranty, so their warranty was real good. Some of the companies they're getting better as far as their warranty is. In the past, it has been like HP warranty has been pretty good. Their tech support has been pretty good. Um, Samsung, I would say, has even award-winning support. In the last 7, 8 years. But I'm leaning more towards Lenovo because I'm pretty taken by some of their new laptops, which are really pretty fascinating. So those would be my picks. But I mean, everybody has their choice, you know. I'm basically talking about in general about a business class. You know, you could just get something that's good for the internet if you're looking for just something that check your email with, something to surf the internet. Let's say you want to do YouTube or things like that. You know, I mean, any of them are good for that. But the reliable ones, in my opinion, have been like HP, Asus, Dell has been very reliable. Dell is one of them systems that have been out there for a while and still are. I mean, they did go to the business class sense, let's say, more geared for business, but their systems are still pretty decent. Um, Lenovo I think, is really carried the torch. The things to look for in a laptop is a good question because whether HP, Dell, or Samsung or whatever. Well, Asus does make motherboards, so if you buy an MSI laptop for gaming, or if you buy an Asus laptop for gaming, you'll get that company's motherboard, and they have top of the line motherboards. So that's the benefit of that. If you buy a Dell, HP, Asus, or a lot of these other brands, you don't know what you're going to get. You'll probably get an Intel motherboard or a cheaper motherboard because you have to remember these companies don't make the parts. They just put their name brand on it. The only company that makes parts, as far as motherboards for laptops go, is MSI and Asus. Everything else can be interchanged, and you have to really look at the specs if you're just looking for something budget friendly to get your money's worth. And I tell people, basically stay away from anything that says Celeron, in Intel, very low output. You don't want anything that has a Celeron CPU because they're not good at all. I don't care if you have 8 gigs or 12 gigs of memory or whatever. I would not recommend Intel Celeron to anybody. Does that mean that Intel's bad? No, Intel's been the leader for years and years alongside AMD. So, look for a computer, laptop that has a decent, Intel processor. They're still making the i7s. i7 is very good. If you can afford it, get a good hard drive. Make sure you got video, good graphics, good battery life. You're looking into the 300 or above if you're looking for something like that. There is budget friendly ones, but like I said, those are more of the low end computer laptops. You're not going to get that much for from $100 on up to about 300. You got to spend more than 300 to get the better components. And you have to know what those components are. So, one is video. You want good graphics. You also want a good CPU. You want to look at the life of the battery. A lot of people overlook like battery life, but that's important, especially if you go traveling. A lot of people are on airplanes going back and forth for business. Some of the better laptops have better batteries and longer life batteries. So that's something you may want to look into. And also on top of that, um, look for a warranty also. If you can fix if you're good savvy with computers, you might not want a warranty or even a long warranty. But if you're not computer literate, you don't know somebody that can help you out, you might want to get an extended warranty. But you must remember that no matter what computer you buy, it comes with a 1 year factory warranty. So, and a lot of people don't realize that. People come to me all the time. Like, I bought this computer a few months ago and it's not working right or something's wrong with it. I always ask them about the warranty. Not that I don't want the business, but a lot of times they may honor the warranty if it's something, defective. If it's something you did, then, usually I fix that. But if it's something like a bad motherboard, and the motherboard can be around $100 to $200 to change and replace, they may do it for just the shipping costs. So always remember that, even if you don't buy a warranty on a computer, that you do have a 1 year manufacturer warranty from the company, whoever company that is. I know some of these big box stores will only give you like 30 days or 60-day warranty, but it doesn't end there. The manufacturer will honor that warranty for 1 year. You may have to pay a little out of pocket in some cases, but you have to really find out what that is, if it's that. So if you have a new laptop, you go out and purchase a new laptop, and you have hardware issues within a year, I would at least first call the manufacturer and see if they will stand behind it or if that's the problem. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. As far as that goes, unless anybody has any specific questions. I always tell people, hey, you want something good, you have to pay a little more for it to get the quality parts. Lenovo is probably my best choice of 2024, and you still have some better good, I'd say equivalent. I don't want to say one is better than the other, but you got to remember that MSI and Asus has the quality motherboards um, that support better parts. So if you're looking for a gaming laptop, I would say Asus or MSI is your best bet. So I hope that answered your question, Tim. Glad you came in. And Chris Cox, good to see you, my friend. Glad you're here. Christopher Cox in the house. He's one of my regular moderators. Yeah, where is everybody? I hope more people come in. It's been on for about 18 minutes. I know YouTube don't always send invites, and um, your settings might not be right, but I don't know. Something's going on, I guess, with YouTube where a lot of people aren't getting notified of live streams and videos and things like that. Sometimes I'll come on and there'll be a lot of people, and gradually people will come in the room, but sometimes it'll be like, you know, all right, did people get my notification, that I'm going live? I watch a lot of videos too when I get a chance. I go to YouTube and I'll watch, a bunch of different videos. Some of my favorite guys. Some of them are computer related. Some of them aren't. I watch all different kinds of videos. Um, so recently, I worked on a computer for a client, and the computer's dead. So I had to put his hard drive in my M.2 enclosure, and saved all his data to my computer. And when he gets a new computer, I'm going to put the data back on. I have it all safe in a folder and also on the hard drive. So he'll be able to get his data. To have his memory and his hard drive right here. It's an older M.2. It's a very slow one. If you want to get a fast M.2 hard drive and your computer supports M.2, make sure you get an NVMe. Those are the faster ones. So it's NVMe hard drive. May cost a few dollars more, but it's going to run a lot faster compared to a regular M.2 hard drive. And it's much faster than a regular solid state SATA. Like this is a solid state SATA hard drive, and these run faster than the mechanical hard drives, but the M.2s run even a lot more faster than these. So that's why I say if you're looking for a high-end computer, something that's good for gaming or good for video, you want to have the M.2 or form factor as far as the hard drive goes, because that's the fastest hard drive on the market, and your games will run a lot smoother. You'll be able to edit a lot easier because you'll have the hard drive speed. You won't have to keep the computer don't have to keep writing back to RAM and all this, and that actually slows down your computer in time. So M.2, the way to go. I got a bunch of different enclosures. This is one that I use when I'm backing up a lot of data. It's just an external hard drive with the USB, and it has some programs on it, but I can save up to like 200 gigs of data on there for customers. And if I needed more, I can always, I have bigger hard drives I can use. Thank God I've never ran into that. That's why I specify that if you have a computer and you have important information on it, make sure you do backup, save everything offline. That way, if your computer crashes or dies on you, at least you'll have your backup. You can put that on a USB, and whether it be a pen drive, a hard drive, or burn it to a disk. At least you'll have that information when you put it, and you can put it on a different computer. That's real important. Backup is like real essential. Most of the time, I can get the data if the drive is working, but there are cases where the drive isn't working, and it gets real expensive when you have to send the drive out to a data recovery lab, and they charge, in the thousands. So you have to make sure you save your data, back it up safely offline. What else can we talk about? Oh yeah, recently got some tape. Came in the mail, and this is a lot of people don't know, but when you break a laptop screen, a lot of the new laptop screens are glued on, which means that they have tape. They're taped on, and it's like a glue. It's a two-sided tape, and I cut it to the length, and once I take the laptop screen out, I put this tape around the back so I could place the screen on it, and this holds the screen. A lot of the new laptops don't have screws, or if they do, they might have very few screws, so you have to use double-sided tape to keep it closed. I would say like 90% of them don't have screws, the newer ones. If it's an older one, that's a different story. But you gotta have this tape to secure it. And then when you're taking off the tape, when you're doing putting a new screen on, you're taking off the old screen. You have to pull this tape. You have to move the screen a little bit, and just grab from one side and pull it all the way out until it's all out, and then it'll become loose. So you can get the screen off. But they're on there pretty good. They're on there strong. It's not going anywhere. I changed a lot of screens in my day, laptop screens, and I'll tell you, some of them are very easy, some of them are hard, and it's all in between, it really depends. The newer, thinner laptops, the screens are all glued on because you really can't put a screw because they're so thin that you got there's no room for any screws. It's got to be glued on all the way around. That's how they can make them that skinny because there's no screws taped. I was talking to a guy today about laptops, and you'd be surprised some of the older laptops are very flimsy base. Like you'll pick it up, and the base will be so flimsy. Sometimes the motherboards, will move around. Like if somebody had worked on it and didn't put it in right, maybe it's not connected to all the little things on the bottom that lift it off the metal. Sometimes you can miss one when you're repairing it, or it doesn't go in right. It can be very flimsy. So it's only on a few of them, but you'll be surprised that some of the laptops that are low end are made very cheaply. And you'll be surprised sometimes you take it apart and it's like, it's not even worth it. If you have a cheap low end laptop, sometimes it costs more money to fix than it does to replace it. Really depends. There's a kind of a fine line between replace and repair. Now, thank God for the M.2 drives, we could take the drive out and put the drive in another computer, which was really good. You couldn't do that before with the regular hard drives. You can only do that with the new hard drives. So yeah, if anybody has any questions, you can always leave it in comment. Make sure if you're not subscribed to the channel, you subscribe to the channel, and also share it. Share the video if you can. It to your friends, your family. It might help them if they have any computer issues. I also have a lot of videos that help people with their computer, and so make sure you check all them out. And I will be back. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.